Hello friends, you're back here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and in this video on the chakras, we're going to be talking about the root chakra. We're going to go really deeply into that from two of my favorite books. We won't be reading from them, but we will be talking notes from them. And here, as you can see, it just happens right at the base of the spine, right at the bottom tip of the spine there. And so this is the root chakra. As we said before, it's also called the base chakra. It's good for grounding. When it is in dysfunctional, you are the victim, and when it is functional, you are the mother. So let's get into a bit of the reading and the notes here. So the root chakra, it's located at the base of the spine in the area of the tailbone. In anatomy, we call that the coccyx. This chakra filters energy up from the earth and connects our higher energies to the basic reality of life. The emotional issues relating to this chakra revolve around the essentials we need for survival and our sense of security in this world. This includes the shelter of a home to protect us, financial security, and adequate food to nourish ourselves. We also need good emotional ties with our family, friends, community, and country. This chakra becomes damaged when we lose our connection to Mother Earth. In other words, when we become disconnected from the most basic human levels of existence. Those were notes from a book called Chakras and Their Archetypes. These next notes, the rest of the video, comes from one of my favorite books, and it's the revised edition of Eastern Body, Western Mind, The Psychology and the Chakra System as a Path to the Self. So now's a good time to get out your Book of Shadows. You may hear some things you heard in the last bit of reading over again, but I love to grab different opinions from different authors and different practitioners, different energy workers. So firstly, I don't know if you guys, the basic issue, if you guys know this, but the basic issue of the root chakra is survival, which we spoke about in that last book. And the elements that are connected to it are earth, and that makes sense because as we see here, it is grounding. Okay. Next, we're going to go on to talk about the 7 rites. Each chakra, each of the chakras has its own rite. Okay. And chakra 1, the root chakra, which we're speaking on, or the base chakra, is the right to be here. Okay. To find solidity in the first chakra, we must have a sense of our right to exist. And so that just really means really feeling secure where you are. When you're moving house or you lost your job, that's when that base root chakra is really going to come out of balance. And instead of being able to be the mother, you become the victim, or it may feel that way. So that is the right to that root chakra. And there are also 7 identities to each chakra. And the identity of the root chakra is physical identity and your self-preservation. How are we going to take care of ourselves? And when that flies off the hanger, we get very off balance there. Chakra 1, our first identity level, is known as the physical identity, and its job is self-preservation, as we said. Here we learn to identify with the body. When my body is hungry, I am hungry. When it hurts, I hurt. The body cloaks the invisible soul, and that's that Kundalini energy rising up through those chakras to the top. That's that Kundalini energy, your invisible soul. When we identify with the body, we identify with the soul's expression in its physical form, as well as its physical qualities of male, female, young, old, fat, thin, healthy, or sick. Now the next thing I want to talk about with the root chakra, there's a table in this beautiful book, and we're going to go through the whole table. Each chakra has its own identity: age, fraud, Reich, Piaget, Erickson. These are all different things that come down. So chakra, the base or root chakra, chakra 1, is your physical, like we just spoke about. Now the age that it develops, because each chakra develops at a different time in your life, the age that the root chakra, chakra 1, develops is upon conception So the womb all the way up to 12 months. Okay? And to branch out just a little bit more on that, and we will, it peaks at 4 to 5 months of age, that development of the root chakra. It really peaks at 4 to 5 months of age, and I think when I do this bit of reading, it will make sense. The first chakra relates to the formation of the physical body and takes place during prenatal development and infancy. In this stage, body growth is most rapid and is therefore the main focus of life force. The infant's developmental task is to learn how to operate the body, how to suck, eat, digest, grasp, sit, crawl, stand, and walk, and manipulate objects, in general to deal with the physical world and the challenging force of gravity. These tasks are incredibly demanding and occupy the bulk of consciousness throughout the first year. And I think that that's really something when we think about that these all develop, and for most of us watching this video, they're all done developing, but we can still fine-tune them, these spinning wheels of energy. Our goal is to have them all spinning at the same speed together, and that's when we feel like we're in true harmony. So the identity is the physical. The age it develops is womb to 12 months. It's also oral, and it's a creative schizoid. It's a sensory motor. And it also relates to trust via mistrust. Okay? Psychological. Phlegmatic, punishment and obedience, lower collective unconscious. Now, I'm going to go to the next bit of what I want to teach you guys about, and did we talk about the demons? I don't think we did. So the first chakra at a glance, the element is earth. The purpose is our foundation. The issues are roots, grounding, nourishment, trust, health, home, family, prosperity, and appropriate boundaries. The color is red. The location, as we said, is the base of the spine, or the cochleogeal plexus. For those of you who know anatomy, that's going to ring a bell. Identity is your physical. Orientation is self-preservation. The demon is fear. Now, there is a demon attached to each of the chakras, and I think that is a really interesting topic to talk about. So if I can find... There we go. The demon chakra of chakra 1 is fear. Fear arises when something threatens our survival. It prevents us from feeling secure, focused, and calm. It creates hypervigilance, which forces energy into the upper chakras. So when I work with my chakras, I always start at the base to fine-tune them and to do my meditations and yoga and things like that. I start at the base to tune my way up. And that goes back to thinking, well, this developed first. Maybe we should take care of it first. If we have to redevelop our chakra system and get these wheels spinning, why not start here with the root? And when we read about the demon being fear, it makes a lot of sense to me. Now, more about the chakras at a glance. The developmental state, like we said, second trimester pregnancy to 12 months to be more specific. The tasks of the chakra are physical growth, your motor skills, and your object permanence. The basic right, to be here and to have. The balanced characteristics. Okay, when we're balanced, these are the characteristics. Good health, vitality, well-grounded, comfortable in the body, sense of trust in the world, feeling of safety and security, ability to relax and be still, stability, prosperity, and right livelihood. The traumas and abuses that can affect this chakra are birth trauma, abandonment and physical neglect, poor physical bonding with the mother, malnourishment and feeding difficulties, major illnesses or surgery, physical abuse or violent environment, enema abuse, that's the water therapy, inherited traumas from your parents, survival fears, Holocaust survivors, war veterans, poverty conditions, things like that. The deficiency, disconnection from the body, notably overweight, fearful, anxious, restless, or can't settle, poor focus and discipline, financial difficulty, poor boundaries, chronic disorganization. Now, those are signs. If you portray any of those signs, you were probably deficient. And when we talk about excess, it's too much, and this might be spinning too fast. Whereas the deficiency would be it's not spinning fast enough, that wheel. And when we say it's in excess, if any of these words ring a bell to you, it's spinning too fast. Obesity or overeating, hoarding or material fixation, greed, sluggish, lazy, or tired, fear of change, addiction to security, rigid boundaries. Now, physical malfunctions, what can happen inside of the body when this is not spinning correctly? And if you have any of these physical malfunctions, it could be a sign that you need to work on your root chakra. Disorders of the bowel, anus, and large intestine. Disorders of solid parts of the body, bones, teeth. Issues with legs, feet, knees, base of spine, anything under this area. Issues with all of these legs down here are going to connect to that root chakra, okay? Because the chakras, these 7 ones we speak of, they do end at the bottom of the spine as if that lower body's not there. However, you can consider all of this lower body being a part of that. So issues with leg, feet, knees, base of spine, or buttocks. Eating disorders, frequent illness, and can be deficient or excessive. Now, the healing practices that we can use to get back to this base chakra, to get out of that victim zone and into the positive, functional, the mother zone. The healing practices, reconnect with the body, physical activities such as aerobics, weights, running, or dance. Dance is mine, y'all. Dance is mine. I might like a walk, but I've not been known to run and hardly been known to jog. But dance, that's my favorite. Lots of touch or massage is a great healing practice for the base chakra, the root chakra. Bioenergetic grounding, hatha yoga. I would love to teach you guys hatha yoga. That is what I learned at the Paramahansa Center. Look at earliest childhood relationships to your mother. So doing shadow work and really reflecting upon those early relationships with your mother. And reclaim your right to be here. Every chakra has a right, like we talked about. Reclaim that right to be here. Affirmations that are excellent for the root or base chakra. You can say it just like this if you like, or you can make up your own. It is safe for me to be here. The earth supports me and meets my needs. I love my body and trust its wisdom. I am immersed in abundance. I am here and I am real. Now, this book goes so deeply into each and every chakra and how to work with it, and it's just completely amazing. But I will just read you a little bit more from another table that's here. When the first... Oh, we did that. Yeah, it's just in a table. Okay, great. So now I'm going to upload this video onto the YouTube, and it's not going to go to YouTube. I just have to upload it there so y'all can see it. I keep it unlisted. So we'll be working on the sacral chakra next. Come back to learn all about the sacral chakra. Remember, the sacral chakra is our pleasure and well-being. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this base root chakra video. And I know I sure did. Every time I teach you guys something, I reteach myself. And right now, this is what's important to me. This is why I'm giving it to you. And my spirit guides and my higher self really want me to get this message out. So there we go. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. So much love.